Everybody, welcome to the video. Surprise of the day. Today we're going to talk about the 2021 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, the pros and cons. Before you get started, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon will be notified new videos, and I really appreciate that thumbs up. Thank you very much in advance. The Toyota RAV4 in 2019 came with a major redesign. So not only the gasoline version got redesigned, the hybrid edition got redesigned as well too. You can see this one is the limited hybrid edition. Also, a new plug-in hybrid is coming, and that's going to be called the Prime. The Prime will be very limited, but most of the market will probably go for the hybrid model compared to the gasoline model, mainly because there's actually more power with the hybrid. So 219 net horsepower. So what do you think? Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons on the hybrid, since that's the most popular one selling right now by Toyota. Having driven the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid and non-hybrid, the gasoline-only version, I'm going to offer my pros and cons, okay? What I like and don't like about it. Styling is definitely a plus. That's going to be a big pro in this vehicle. And no matter if you went for the plug-in hybrid, or you're going to get the hybrid or the gasoline-only model. It just looks really beautiful, and I think it looks more like an SUV than the previous model, and that's up to the person if they like the older model more or the newer model. For me, I actually like the newer model. I know it looks a little bit more boxy, so I'm going to give it a pro because I like the styling lines. I think the previous model was a little bit more rounded, I guess, compared to this one, and this one makes a more stronger, bolder look, I guess, and more boxy look, I guess. We're looking at the limited edition, by the way, the RAV4 Hybrid Limited, that is. I think it's called Ruby Flare Pearl. That's the color out here, and it's in red. That's all it is, right? So I'm going to tell you what I like. And to start out, the exterior is really beautiful. The front grille, the front fascia, the headlights, the fog lamps. Those are all great. And even the tail lamps look great. And it doesn't really differ too much compared to the hybrid edition compared, say, to the regular model as well. So that's a really great plus. If you were to buy a hybrid, I don't want a funny looking vehicle or ugly looking vehicle just because it's a hybrid or it's an EV vehicle. Don't make it ugly. Just make it like a regular vehicle. A regular vehicle that I could drive every day without getting the stares and the funny faces, right? All right, so the next pro I think I like is the hybrid one has 219 net horsepower. That's definitely enough horsepower, and also saves you gas. It's a good balance between power and gas saving at the same time. So it's really ample power. I wouldn't say it's going to be a super amount of power, although at low RPMs, low speeds, the electric motors and everything for the hybrid are wonderful. I mean, it's just like not only saves you gas, but it's very quiet inside as well too. So we're refined. So Toyota has definitely nailed it with the hybrid system on this particular vehicle. So as you can see the different turns and everything. It handles pretty good too. So let's keep that in mind. Not only the looks, the limited, there's an XLE, there's actually an LE as well too. And there's also different edition for XSE, and there's an SE, etc. Right? I'm sure they're gonna come out with other models. I think they're gonna come out with TRD model as well too. So that's something to look for. It is a 4-cylinder engine, so keep that in mind. And it's a 2.5 liter dynamic force 4-cylinder engine. So that's something that what you expect for a 4-cylinder, right? Saves you gas. And the engine itself makes 176 horsepower at 57 RPM. Torque is 163 pound-feet, at 3,600 to 5,200 RPM. So dynamic 4S fuel system, and uses the recommended 87 octane, unleaded or higher. So it looks really good. 41 mpg city, 38 highway, combined 40. So that's really nice, right? An electric motor makes 149 at 89 pound-feet. So now here's a con that I think I should bring up, because the Venza is going to come out for lithium ion battery, right? And lithium ion is a newer technology, more dense, and you get better, definitely better, output, I guess, overall, right? And this one still comes with a sealed nickel metal hydride battery. So that's a con. It's a little bit older technology, in my opinion. You know, lithium ion is a new one. You're going to get on the Venza, right? And I'm sure Honda is using the lithium ion on their CRV. Why is it using the nickel metal hydride? Come on, Toyota. So that's going to be a con on the list of things that I'm pointing out. So the body lines, everything looks pretty good. I know they could have done a little bit better on the side profile. There's not a lot of lines, not a lot of scoops or something like that. Not very sporty, but it definitely does the job. So I'm not gonna ding it for anything like that. The ride is really good. It handles pretty good. It's not gonna be like some vehicles out there hugs the road or anything like that, right? But it's gonna be a reliable vehicle. So another pro is the reliability. Past RAV4s have been very reliable. No vehicle is bulletproof. Of course, the previous RAV4s do have some problems here and there, but no major thing. Okay, another con I'm going to throw in now. I'm bouncing back and forth. The hybrid system, some people have complained that you can't fill up the gas tank to the full amount. So that's been an issue. You probably check other YouTube viewers that posted this thing. So that's a con. I don't know if it's fixed yet or not. So it's been a con for a while. So something you should know about if you're looking in the marketplace for getting a RAV4 Hybrid. And that's something that if it's your showstopper, then you want to wait. So what competition you're going to see with this RAV4? Well, you got the basic CRV, the Mazda vehicle, the Mazda SUV. You also got the Ford Escape, Hyundai, etc. Right? There's a lot of different competition out there. But I really think the RAV4 is going to be the king of reliability overall still. Even though the gas tank, you can't fill up to the max. That's a minute, small thing that you think about. Oh yeah, the hybrid is going to be all-wheel drive for all. So it doesn't come with two-wheel drive for the hybrid. And this one we're looking at is the limited. So you're going to see some extra features here you don't see on the XLE or or even the LE as well, for that matter. So another look at the engine, which I already talked about already. The 4-cylinder engine, 219 combined net horsepower with the two motors. Let's take a look at the interior. So the interior rise, it's not bad. It's not that nice, I guess, in a way. I kind of like the big gauges, but everything's round. For the analog speedometer, it makes, I think the center with this little screen that you got to look through to see the other parts could have been done a little bit better. It's not the best layout in my opinion. So I'm gonna be neutral on this one over here. I'm not gonna give a pro or con because some people might like it, but I just think everything is too cluttered. All right. So if you get a better one on, say, the Venza, right? The Venza, you're gonna get a different dash layout than this particular one. But keep in mind, you only get the same readouts, and if you switch to digital on this one, your problems pretty much went away. So you gotta think of that way too. But going back to the analog one, it's kind of a bit clutter in a way. But that's something that you could decide on. Alright, so let's look at the multimedia information display. And for the RAV4, I think the information infotainment is a little bit small. And the dash is a little bit, the screen is small. It's definitely small. The response time is okay. You can see the person typing it in, and it responds pretty fast overall. I'm not slowing this down or speeding it up, and you get what you see. But the thing is, like, what you see is a little bit small, and there's different menus to go through. I think it's pretty simple to operate, but it's just the screen is just way too small. All right, comparison wise as well, if
Please
you look at the
proceed to the
Venza,
highlighted
and the
route
Venza is
when the
going to be a
route
little bit
sign
more
is restored.
upscale than say the RAV4, right? And you're going to get a bigger screen. So that's something, if it really bothers you, and for convenience or when driving, yeah, maybe this one is something that you want to mark down as a con on the vehicle. But it has all the functionality you need though. It's just like I think the screen is a bit small. I wish the screen is a little bit bigger. It doesn't have to be too much bigger, but just a little bit bigger, maybe. The Venza definitely has the better size. So, everything is there. You just have to search for it, and the menu is not that hard. I think the flow is okay. So it has electric motor readouts and etc. So that's my pros and cons. Hope you like it. Please post your pros and cons below. Remember, please feel free to post your pros and cons on this particular vehicle if you own one or seen one or test drove one. And also help me out with a thumbs up that helps the YouTube algorithm. And see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.